I'm going to teach you the game of content creation. The name of the game is consistency. So you have to focus on quantity and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You're not posting quantity to satisfy or please the algorithm. You are posting it to get data because you are playing the numbers game. If you post 100 videos, 1 or 2 will perform 3x better than the rest of them. 99% of your follows will come from 1% of your reels. To find that 1%, your data set has to be bigger. And to find them faster, you need to increase your frequency. While you're posting consistently, what you're going to do is you're going to build an audience. You're going to learn about this audience through the data that the platform gives you. What you need to understand is content creation is asymmetric. You never know next who's going to watch your video. For all you know, Elon Musk can watch your video, or an investor who can change your life. Coming to the next thing where most people struggle. This is what content do I put out? You develop content pillars based on a few things, but mainly on your skill and your likes. Basically, what do you like doing every day and what's your skill? And then you reverse engineer your branding. What do you stand for? What brands do you see yourself working with? If you had a room and you can fill them up with only 100 people, who would that 100 people be? Understand your audience and create content to attract such audiences. Do not post brain rot content. Do not post memes. Do not post that. Do not go down that route of trying to make $1,000 on TikTok. That's a small vision. Do not fall for that trap. You want to put out valuable content that solves your audience's problems. That's how you're going to create credibility, and that's how you're going to amass a following. To deliver this value, you have to follow this framework called VAS. I'm going to come back to this later because you have to understand this part to execute this framework. The next part is what 99% of the people don't understand while making content, and that is psychology. What you need to understand is 60 to 70% of people scrolling on social media internally and unknowingly really want to create content. They want to create and put out content themselves. That's either because they want to feel important, they want to be famous, or they want to be liked. They're basically chasing dopamine, and unfortunately 80% of the people are consuming content chasing this dopamine. Only 20% will create content. The people who are on social media, they want to feel two things while consuming content. They want to feel entertained, and the second thing is very, very important, guys. They want to feel smart. You have to create content that satisfies either one or both. Entertain and make them feel smart. That's the psychology behind it. And coming back to this framework, VAS stands for valuable, actionable, and substance. The content has to be extremely valuable, but it also has to be formatted and presented in a way that it's actionable. That means a person can take this value and action it in their life, get a certain outcome within 24 hours. That's actionable. And when it comes to substance, what you need to understand is that there's already enough content out there. People can use ChatGPT and get a lot of information. You need to go into substance. That means do research, compile information, spend time to actually curate that. That gives a feeling to the viewer that they're saving a lot of time and also money. Someone should feel like they're getting paid value for free. A good thing to keep in mind is that you should create content thinking that the viewer should be ready to pay me £5 to even just watch this video. And honestly, guys, in 2025, you have no excuses because with AI, you can stimulate ideas, you can script, and to a certain extent, you can also edit your videos. A lot of this process has become extremely easy. In my coming videos, I'm going to go through all of these processes using AI because I have found solutions and frameworks that can simplify this process and cut down content generation time by almost 50%. And coming down to the last point, this is probably one of the most important aspects. That's you. That's you right now sitting, watching this video, consuming my content and not creating. That's you right now sitting down and thinking without doing. 80% of the world's population are thinkers. Only 20% are doers. If you want to get into content creation, this is your sign to stop consuming and start creating.